Hey guys, what is up? It is GIMPanzeeTutorials. I'm a bit excited right now. I just got my braces off, although I gotta go get a stupid retainer in a couple of weeks, which not really happy about that. Anyways, today I'm going to be going over Graphics Gale with you guys. Now, some of you know what this program is, some of you don't, so I'm just gonna quickly show you the difference between Graphics Gale and a regular program. So, let's type in Graphics Gale. Should be the first website you see. Look like this. Pretty easy stuff. And now there's two different downloads that you can get. So you can buy the you can either download the free one or you can actually buy it now. So the one that costs money is 24 bucks, a little bit over 24 bucks, not in US currency. And the difference between that and the free version is that you can save and load GIFs, which are animations, save and load cursors, icons, animated cursors. I mean, all important stuff, but you can do it with another program that's free as well. So I'm trying to make tutorials on this stuff so that people can use if they have like no money and only a computer. Which I mean, the only thing you need to survive, pretty much. Anyways, open up Graphics Scale. Icon should look like this on your desktop background or your start thingy, start button. Okay, so go to File, top left that is, File, New. It'll give you some dimensions, and it'll also give you the colors that you can use. I'm just gonna go with full color. You can limit yourself to working with only a few colors, but I'm not gonna do that. Now, going to maximize this. Okay, now let's go over what we see right here. So I have the palette. Basically, this is like, you see this with painters a lot. It's a range of colors that you can use to create something. I have the frames. This will be important later. It's the frames in an animation. Like, creating any animation is basically made by getting a frame and a frame and a frame, just overlaying them again and again and taking like tons of pictures. We have our layer. This will be important as well. Our preview, which there's nothing here right now because I haven't drawn anything. We also have our loop, or loupe. Pretty sure it's loop. Basically what this is a magnifying glass. So when you draw, you can see where it is. Now the tools up here. Okay, so see what we got. Magnifier, magnify stuff. Shouldn't be that hard to figure out. Image mover, it just moves your image around. I mean, come on. We have a rectangular selection, and we have a circular selection. We have our lasso tool, and this is useful for picking certain parts of objects and moving them around or deleting them. We have our magic wand, which I've referred to in one of my other videos as I do believe, a fuzzy selection tool, which is basically what it was. Basically, if you have, like, I don't know, I'll quickly draw a shape right here. Some sort of demented smile. I'm not even sure what that is. Fill it in. Beautiful. Oh, that looks weird. Okay. So if you go and you select your magic wand tool, if you select, you can see that this selection is everything around it. So it's everything around the color. Now if you like selected the color, fuzzy select tool, it'll select all of the colors. So if I use the fuzzy select tool on this, it selected some of the lines as well. I'll show you what the see, use these tools, move stuff. Here's the lasso tool gonna work. Take that chunk right there, some of that. Yeah, pretty simple stuff. Now, we also have our selection by color. Basically, if you have like a bunch of different colors and you only want to take out that color or only want to change it to this or whatever, take the tool, find the color, click on it, done. We have our pen tool. Um, this, that's me moving keyboard. This is just, you know, drawing stuff. Line tool, pretty simple to figure out if you've never seen a line before. Our spline tool, now this is for creating curves, stuff like that. It's easy. Box tool, a filled in box. So just fill in them with whatever color you have selected. Circle, filled in, whoops, filled in circle. And we can use the paint tool to fill in the area. We can also use the color replacer. Basically what you do is you select a color that you want to change it to. Select your color replacer tool and just click on the color, and it should change whatever it is, which it appears to not be working right now. It's not good. Anyways, we also have our text tool, which is up here. You can just like whatever you want to do. I mean, give it a border, bold it, underline it, italics, strikeout, whatever you want to do. Increase the size, decrease the size, pitch is moving it, anti-aliasis, which is basically making the lines smoother. Okay, so I'm going to make say a box. We're gonna make an animation of a box today. And this other stuff up here you don't really need to worry about. This is just anti-aliasing, transparency and paint mode, which you can change to like eraser and stuff. Easy stuff. Yep. So I have my frame 1 up here. We're going to be working all on one layer. So I have my frame 1. I'm going to draw a box. Now, I've already selected 3 colors to draw with. They're all red, but for this tutorial's sake, I'm going to go with say a nice blue color. So what you want to do is select the color that you want to have. I want to make this a bit lighter. Then you just click and drag, and there you go. You have a color added to your palette. And you may not be able to see it, but it's some pretty bright teal bluish color. So I'm going to take another color, drag it. That'll be the shadow, mid-tone, sorry, not the shadow. And then an even darker color. I'm going to use this as the shadow. Now, I'm going to select my light color, go to line tool, and I'm just going to draw a somewhat crappy box. We'll see what it looks like. And as you can see, bottom left of the screen, I am selecting it on top of the, in line with the color that is. And I'm using a Wacom Bamboo Pen and Touch tablet, which is basically just a drawing tablet used by a bunch of artists. Some professional artists too, actually, which is not me at this point. So select, drag. Now I could make this like really good looking and like, you know, actually squarish looking, but I am lazy and I don't want to right now. So we're just gonna go with this crafty version so you guys can enjoy the crafty version. And here we go. Whoa. Oops. I lost it. Oh, my tablet is not picking up color. This isn't good. Oh no. Houston, we have a problem. Yep. Yep. Oh, wait, I'm using the color whites. You know, that would be a... Yep, I'm an idiot. Okay. Here we go. Line it up. Whoops. You can see at bottom left that I made a mistake. It's not perfect. There we go. Now I'm going to go to my fill tool. Fill it in. There we have the top of the box. Now I'm going to find my lighter color. And using the loop thing, which is your magnifying glass, just, you know, move it until it's in a good position that you like. I'm going to press and hold shift. Now shift makes your line go in every 90 degrees, and control and shift together makes the line stop. So out here, and whoops, messed up. Oh, I forgot to mention, you can also hold right click and drag and use a selection tool. Pretty useful sometimes. Okay. I apologize for the crappy tutorial. So far, made a bunch of mistakes. My hands are cold, so it's hard to draw. Okay, there we go. Now to fill this in. Crap, it'll have to do. Whoops, I made a mistake somewhere. Okay, just gonna have to find the mistake. Probably, yep, it's at the corner. Ah, stupid dog's barking. Okay, we're good. Now, just fill this one in. And I'm using the spline tool. Wow, I'm making a ton of beginner mistakes. Okay, fill this in as well. Awesome, so, middle rightish of the screen, you can see there is the preview box. And it's just showing me what my image looks like, which it's useful for like magnifying. If you're magnifying and if you're using it here, I'll give you an example. So I magnified in on this, and I'm really close, so I can do like the nitty-gritty stuff. But as you can see, it's still the same box because this is showing you what you'll see in real 100% view instead of zoomed in view. So change it back to 100%. Whatever my radio station is playing, it sounds like crap. Okay. So now I'm going to go into the animating part. Now, if you wanted just a cube, you could just go to File, save it there, whatever you want to do. But for animating, you want to have multiple frames. So you can either go to Add Frame in your toolbar selection, and remember that these, I don't think I said this, but these toolbar things are completely you can move these things wherever you want on your screen and position them however you like. So, going to add a frame, make sure transparency is enabled, okay? Because the background, the white colored background you see here, if you enable transparency, then you won't have that. So your animation won't, like if you saved it, you could just import it directly and you won't have to take out the white area. You can change the color you want the transparency to be. It won't show up in your animation, but if you just want something to, so you can see it, I'm going to leave it with white. Press OK. And you can see the preview starting to show animation. So if you right click on this, you can change it to like 50%, change the zoom, go to actual size, change how the rate you want it to be, and pause it. It's also dockable, See this little checkbox thing? So you could like move it wherever you want. So I'm also going to click on this little dot 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 thing above, enable transparency as well, so I have a background. Okay, now you want onion skin enabled. And for those of you that don't know, onion skin is when you have multiple frames and you're trying to draw over it. So it's like you can see the image that you just drew and now you're drawing the next frame. So like an onion skin, you have one layer and then you're trying to put on another layer or peel it off. So you can just click on this box here, or see it's drop down and you can do both frames, back frame. So if you're on the frame before it, you only see the back one, forward, so only one front, or both. I'm gonna go with both, so I know where I'm drawing. So you can see it's faded out, and if actually on the magnifying box bottom left in the preview, you can't see anything because it's transparent in the real thing. You could also go to view onion skin, put that on as well. So I'm gonna draw over it in my new frame. Select my color, line, draw a nice box. Actually, no, I could use the fill in tool. That'd be a lot simpler, wouldn't it? That didn't look very boxy. Hello, my name is Boxy. None of you guys have seen that video. She's like on crack or something. Don't watch it. None of this is looking very squarish. You have a problem. Oh well, sort of rectangular. Maybe all rectangular. Then I'm just going to select my shadow. Make sure you identify the light source. So in this frame right here, the light source is coming down from the top, but it's also coming from sort of the a left angle because the shadow is on the right side. So if it's rotating around clockwise, if the shadow is on the right, we want the shadow to be on the right as well. But if you have a moving light, like I'm doing in this one, you want the shadow to be facing you now, just so it looks more realistic. So that made any sense, and I know it probably didn't, but here. You'll see once this is done. Ooh, I messed up. Okay. No, it still looks a little, what? Okay. That's do. Okay, you know what? Line. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So, you can see frame 1. Here it is rotating around. We still need one more animation so it completes its rotation until it goes into another one. So, what I'm going to do here, go to this little box. You can also go to that, like I showed you earlier. I'm just going to go here, add, transparency enabled. We have a new frame. So 1, 2, 3. Now select my nice light teal color. Now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this. Got it. So I'm going to draw the diamond shape that I did earlier. Awesome. Fill it in. Oh, I made a mistake again. I thought so. Yep. Fill it in again. Select. I'm gonna draw my let's go with shadow. So you can see the shadow's on the right side, and then as it rotates clockwise, it's in the middle. And now we want it to be on the left. Now this is only for this animation. I mean, most of the time when you have light sources, you want a fixed light source, so don't be messing around like I'm doing right now. That's just, I mean, I'm just doing it for looks pretty much. Fill it in. Select our lighter mid-tone. It's going to really quickly fill this in. And as you can see, this cube looks like a bad explosion of some sort of weird artist thing. It looks crappy, basically. So I'm just going to quickly show you what the animation will look like. Play. As you can see, it's very fast. So I'm going to duplicate these. I don't want to, I mean, you can mess with the rates, but I'm just going to duplicate them for now. So duplicate. Duplicate that one. You can change the names of the frames too. So if I wanted to duplicate this, it says name. Say this frame. Awesome. Okay, now you can see we have a sort of crappy animation. That's okay. So now you may not be able to notice this because I wouldn't notice it unless it was like I was a critic in art and stuff bugged me, which it sort of does right now, so I'm going to show you how to fix it. But when we go through the frames, we have only 3 frames, and it's only rotating on one side. I mean, look. Diamond, square, diamond, square, diamond. So it's only going 1, 2, 3. It's not going the full rotation. So it's not all the sides are being seen. So what I'm going to do to fix this is simply copy, well, duplicate my square frame, and I'm going to change this to the mid-tone. So duplicate it again. Okay. Now when we play, it looks a little bit more realistic, but not that realistic. So let's see. I'm actually going to pause it. Oh, I forgot to say, you can also like grayscale it, change the colors, flip the windows, stuff like that. Capture the screen, which is useful. And arrange stuff so it's like tiling, I mean, stuff like that. I'm just gonna duplicate all these files, layers, not files. So I have 3 of each, just so it goes slower. So Graphics Gale, it's basically like MS Paint and the built-in graphic editor and game maker, but like on crack and hyped up and awesome, pretty much. So when we play, here we go. We have the animation. As you can see, it's rotating and the shadow is moving, which is good. We want the shadow to move. Yep, looking pretty good so far. So now we need to save it. So go to File. Remember that there's also these icons all along the bar that you can save. I mean, just all it takes is getting accustomed to it. But for this tutorial, I'm going to go into the technical stuff. Save as. and this is just saving it as your Graphics Gale image. So it's .gal. And you can also save as other types, but I'm just going to save it as, say, cube. Very unique sounding, isn't it? Then export. Now, you want to select your file type, and there's different ones like PNG and bitmap and a bunch of other stuff. PNG is for photographs, and if you want high quality images, go with .png. There's like literally nothing that has higher resolution. Now you want the type to be multiple files, because if you did a combined image, I mean, you could do that, and I'll show you what that does. But if you want to have multiple frames, just do multiple files. You can go by the number, it doesn't matter. Prefix, cube, and yeah, you don't have to worry about the other stuff. Don't like check the boxes. We're gonna save it right in there. I'm also going to export it as a combined image, and a number of columns. How many columns do we want? There's 10. So 2 columns of like 5. Well, actually, let's go with 1 column. Cube. PNG. Okay. Save it. Now I'm going to open the image. So first I have to find where the Graphics Gale program is, because I didn't really export it well. Nope, it's not in here, it's hiding. Here we go. What? No pics? For some reason it says they're locked. That's not a good thing. I'll just mess with my administrative controls later. So, here we go. Now, all these cubes that you see right here, these are all the images that I saved. You remember then there's this thing that said combine image or frames, and I was like, hey, I want frames. What are you doing? So, we have the frames, each one saved as a separate image. So you can go and like change stuff or loop them together or mix them around, whatever you want to do. The other image is the combined, and it's this nice little column. Pretty sexy, isn't it? So this column is used for exporting it into like a program like GameMaker, pretty much. And you can see they're all equally separated. So in GameMaker, all you'd have to do is just open up the combined image, give the parameters, and it'll just automatically make you an animation there. I mean, you don't even need to download another program. There's your animation software itself. So yeah, pretty neat stuff. So, I mean, whatever you want to do with it. Yeah, that looks ugly. Let's go with red. Red and blue. I think those are my favorite colors. Right. And that would be all for today. Thanks for watching GIMPanzeeTutorials. Maybe next time I'll like have my act together with this Graphics Gale stuff. Oh, by the way, before I go, make sure, or at least please, check out GameMaker Community. Basically, what I'm using to create video games is something called GameMaker, and it's made by this company, YoYoGames, and well, I'm not very professional sounding, but it's this company in like England, UK-ish area, and they make this amazing software and like master collection stuff. This stuff is insane. It's really easy to use. You can get a free version, and it's just, I mean, it's awesome the ability you have with this stuff. Now, GameMaker Community, it's gmc.yoyogames.com. This is basically a community of people who use GameMaker. So you have stuff like announcements and the studio and graphics, resources, music, game idea and design, bunch of different stuff. And the community is really awesome. Most of the people are pretty nice. Um, I mean, all of us like love video games or music creation. Some of us don't even design video games. We're just graphic designers and artists and even storyboard and plot designers. And I mean, we just come, help people out, make games together, participate in some community stuff. So sign up now if you're not a member. And I actually posted the YouTube channel on uh on this forum with my username JSTER391, Jster391. Been a member for like a year now, a bit more. So yeah, feel free to check that out too. I'll link it in the description so you know like more about it.